All right, Chris McGinnis here now. Weather impact alert day for sure, and a few of them in a row.
Yeah, today, tomorrow through Wednesday for the potential of repeated rounds of steady, moderate to heavy rain at times. Let's get to the weather wall here. We're talking about the potential 4 to 7 inches of rain in total through Thursday morning here in Portland, Vancouver, and points north, which brings the real risk of flooding and mudslides, etc. So we're already looking at some pretty notable rainfall out there today. In the North Oregon Coast Range, we've already picked up nearly 1.5 inches of rain in Jewell, more than an inch in Tillamook. Mist, that's in Columbia County, it's picked up about almost an inch. And I looked at these numbers from, about 30 minutes ago. So it's likely that these numbers have even come up a bit. Forest Grove and Amity have picked up 0.8 of an inch so far. And at the airport, Portland so far has seen just shy of 0.5 inch, as we have also seen that amount outside our news studios here in downtown Portland. So steady rain for hours is the call, and within that there will be occasional periods where the rain is moderate to heavy. We could see rainfall rates on the order of 1/4 inch an hour at times, even here in downtown Portland and up and down the I-5 corridor here through this first atmospheric river. This is the first of 2 that are pointed at the region over the next 72 hours. So again, a real risk for also some down trees and down power lines, which means you need to be prepared for the possibility of losing power. And of course, if you live in a low-lying, flood-prone area, you likely already know it. This is the type of weather that you need to be prepared to move, if need be, as water levels rise. All right, here's a look at radar over the last 3 hours. And again, the rainfall has been gentle. It's been steady, but it's been gentle here in Portland. The rainfall rates are likely to pick up a bit as we go into the afternoon and especially this evening. And with that in mind, we'll look offshore. You can see that big plume of moisture, the atmospheric river, the fire hose. If most of our water that we get is like a garden hose, this is a fire hose, and it's pointed right at the Pacific Northwest coast, and it will be over the next 18 hours. And then batch number 2 is waiting just a little farther offshore. That will impact us later tomorrow night and into Wednesday. Here's a look at Futurecast late this afternoon. Again, the yellows and oranges indicative of some of the heavier rainfall rates, likely over 0.2 of an inch an hour. Gentler rain outside of that, but still continuous rainfall, which will continue to pond on the roadways and saturate soils. In addition to this, once that front sags to the south, we're likely to have the south wind pick up quite a bit this afternoon, so be prepared for that. Round number 2 comes in later tomorrow. It may not produce quite as much rain directly here in Portland, but again, there's some wiggle room here into where that fire hose, so to speak, points. But you can see the rainfall forecast is still, this is in addition to what we've already had. The graph model, for instance, suggesting better than almost 3.5 inches additional from what we've had this morning here in Portland between now and Thursday morning. Flood watch in effect until 4 a.m. Friday. A wind advisory also in effect for the Willamette Valley. 33-mile-an-hour wind gust in Newport doesn't sound like a big deal, but when you put that on top of saturated soils, trees could come down, and that exacerbates the risk from this lengthy, prolonged period of wet and occasionally breezy weather. Futurecast shows wind gusts on the order of about 30 miles an hour through late this afternoon. All right, let's get to your 7-day forecast. Again, 3 days of KGW weather impact alerts to get us through Wednesday. And even though the rain is tapering off to showers on Thursday, that's a day that we're going to be looking around to see where all the slides were, what rivers are running high, where the down power lines are, etc. So we've got 3-4 days of very active weather coming our way.